The classical full employment model, also known as the classical model or the classical theory of employment, is a macroeconomic theory that assumes that economies naturally tend towards full employment. In this model, changes in the money supply primarily affect the price level and money wages, while leaving real variables like output and employment unchanged. Here are the key reasons why. 1. Money neutrality. Long-run perspective. The classical model operates under the assumption of the long run, where prices and wages are fully flexible. This means that they can adjust to changes in economic conditions relatively quickly. Real versus nominal. The classical economists believed that changes in the money supply only affect nominal variables, such as the price level and money wages. They argued that real variables, like output and employment, are determined by real factors such as technology, capital stock, and labor supply. Proportional adjustment. When the money supply increases, it leads to an increase in the demand for goods and services. However, in the long run, prices and wages adjust proportionally to this increase in demand. This means that the real value of money remains unchanged, and therefore, there is no impact on real variables like output and employment. 2. Say's law. Supply creates its own demand. Say's law states that the production of goods and services automatically generates the income necessary to purchase those goods and services. In other words, supply creates its own demand. Full employment equilibrium. According to Say's law, as long as there are no impediments to production or exchange, the economy will naturally gravitate towards full employment. This is because producers will only produce goods and services if they believe they can sell them, and they will only produce as much as they can sell. 3. Wage price flexibility. Market adjustment. In the classical model, wages and prices are assumed to be flexible. This means that they can adjust to changes in supply and demand conditions. Equilibrium restoration. If there is a temporary imbalance between supply and demand, wages and prices will adjust to bring the economy back to equilibrium. For example, if there is unemployment, wages will fall, which will increase the demand for labor and reduce unemployment. In conclusion, the classical full employment model emphasizes the long-run neutrality of money, the importance of Say's law, and the flexibility of wages and prices. These assumptions lead to the conclusion that changes in the money supply primarily affect the price level and money wages, while leaving real variables like output and employment unchanged.